So I'll move a bit first. So after that, we move to the output, and this is directly what is produced or provided. This refers to the direct result that is achieved immediately our strategy has been implemented. Again, I'll just go back to our examples. We had training in education. So when you train, when you engage, you can actually say we had 100 trained girls on menstrual health. We trained 100 girls on understanding menstrual health. For our outputs in this example, we can be able to say we were able to carry out an awareness campaign in 10 schools. We were able to reach 1,000 smoking students with coaching to ensure that they quit smoking. We were able to have 50 quitting smoking peer groups. We were able to hold 200 counseling sessions. So it's very clear. The output is the direct result that is achieved immediately after implementing an activity. Key to note, the output is under your direct control because it's what you've done, it leads to this. It's also important in your outputs to make sure that you engage the team in the process, and it should be specific and measurable, and it can actually be tracked. So there we go. For us, it's very easy. We said we're going to have awareness campaign in 10 high schools. We are going to have counseling services for 1,000 smoking students to ensure that they're helped through the process to stop smoking. We're going to have 50 quitting smoking peer groups to guide them through that process after they stop. And finally, we're going to have 200 counseling sessions. Now, in the outputs, there's the indicators that help you to be able to track. And for us, we'll be looking at the number of students who've been reached. We'll be looking at probably the number of students who have registered to the support to quit. Hopefully there'll be 1,000. We'll be looking at the students who come to support in the smoking peer groups who actually attend regularly and they're supported through that process to stop smoking. And we'll even be looking at the students who actually refer their friends to the program, helping us reach our target. And then after that, eventually we come to the outcome, and this answers the question of what change do we want? So outcomes may take time. Sometimes they can be seen immediately, but most times they may not be seen immediately. And your outcome must be linked to your activities. What do I mean? Our activity is to make sure that students stop smoking. We reduce the number of students who smoke. And so in our outcome will be shaped in such a way to say, we are hoping a certain percentage of current smoking students is reduced. We are saying probably a certain number of individuals in the community, because remember, we're looking at good health, actually start saying, you know what, smoking is bad. It's not as cool as we thought it is. It's probably not something that we want to do. So it's very important to make sure that your outcome is linked to your activities, and drawing on the analysis of the problem and evidence from the literature review of field research, you should be able to develop a set of outcomes it intends to pursue. So it's, even when you're coming up with the outcomes, it's something you can be able to look in the community and actually look at research and data carried out initially to actually find out if it's something that can be able to achieve. And it should also fit with the organizational mission and capabilities, and reflect new capabilities to be developed. What do I mean by this? So say you are having an education project and then COVID hit. So what I mean by reflect new capabilities to be developed, your new project would involve maybe hand washing training. That initially was not part of the project, but it's very important. So you can be able to integrate that. And it actually leads to a larger outcome of ensuring that children are able to access education. It's important. You can have evaluation data to measure your outcome. What that means, for example, is for our example of smoking, we could say, not we could say, it's been proven, say in Ghana, it's been proven in Ghana, you know, this project was carried out and they realized because of the impact of raising awareness in schools, probably 80% of the students, you know, are decided not to engage in smoking. So you can be able to see that data that is available. And this data helps you measure outcomes. So even as we're doing it in Nairobi, we're able to estimate our outcome will be a certain percentage of students will have stopped smoking. Should also be well-defined and specific. I think I've been able to explain that. So well-defined, specific, we hope to decrease by 70% the number of male and female student smokers, and we hope to increase the number of male and female students that have a negative opinion about smoking. And how will we do this? This can be transition stories, this can be testimonials. And that, ladies and gentlemen, finally, when you've been able to have your strategies, have your outputs, which lead to your outcomes, overall, you're able to reach your impact. And so it's very important that all these stages are very clear as you engage.